That's not my car. That's my wife.
Oh my God!
Goodness.
You freaking Jew!
And it turns out it was a 1972 Stingray. Corvette, right?
Corvette.
Was that
Corvette.
is that the one that you were talking about?
Yeah.
It was a 72 Stingray.
Stingray, baby.
Hey yo, shout out Steve Irwin.
Got the T-tops.
Anyway.
Gonna drop.
Make it drop. DJ, blow the speakers up.
Tonight.
Oh shit.
Whoa! It's the
Invaded
mascot.
already.
The mascot.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Sorry for Asking.
Yeah, boy.
I'm your host, Jake Davidian. Joining me, to my left, Anthony Salvatore.
I don't want to be here.
And to my right, Gage Ellsworth.
Hey, boys. Hey, boys.
Hey, boys, what's going on?
What y'all doing? How y'all doing? What's up, man?
Oh,
What the
you
hell,
know,
man?
just Young Money kicking it down here, old school. You know how it goes sometimes.
Don't play that bullshit with me. How are you guys doing?
Knock it off.
Fuck
I'm
off.
good, man. I'm good.
We should start bleeping ourselves. We should add bleeps
I wish I
into
knew how
this.
to do that.
I think
that would be super
it would
fun.
be easy. We would just have to mark our times every time we swear, which would be every 50 seconds.
What about
Yeah.
if we bleep all the words that aren't swear words?
That would be a great cast.
Or
that
like
would
on
be a
Hey
great
Babe,
pod.
whenever they swear, they just do Hey Babe.
Hey, babe.
Sorry for
I love
asking
that
would
shit.
be
Did you guys
little
watch the
long.
last
Yeah, that would be.
episode where they were talking about
homosexuals? I'm not all the way through.
they're
I'm like
talking
halfway
about
through
that
Bitcoin.
Japanese guy. I don't even know his
Oh,
name. Takashi something.
Shiitake Hitamoto.
And he's like,
Yeah.
"Are you Shiitake Hiramoto?" And he looks at the camera and he just winks.
Dude, I love when he was talking about, he's like, so you're telling me that you invested $50,000 in something you don't know that you read on a website that just started from a guy who's a pseudonym because your friend Tank Sinatra told you to?
Sinatra.
I love that.
He's like, he was watching TikTok and he just felt it.
crazy.
He's
Those
like,
guys
what
are
does that
hilarious. Shout
guess-
out Chris Stefano, Sal Volcano, hey
Shout
babe, we
out.
know you're watching.
So I guess my brother has Bitcoins that he can't access because he forgot his password.
mean? Oh
That's
my
so
God, what an
typical.
idiot.
That sucks.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's like $2,000 or something.
Yeah, that's like the whole thing right now. If you're locked out of your wallet, there's no one to help you get back into it.
Like, how many
crazy.
passwords do you possibly have that you can't figure it out, though? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but I
don't
get in that situation where I'm like trying to log into something and I'm just like, I have no idea what it could be. One of like 8 different passwords, or like you put like an exclamation point or a question mark or something, and then you forget, or I don't know, or capitalize something, and the next thing you know, I'm like, well, fuck it, can't get in it.
My password's boobies in numbers.
Movies 1, 2,
You
3.
gotta look at it backwards,
Hey.
like upside down, like a calculator.
Yeah, you have to flip your.
Dude, get away.
Speaking of,
You gotta flip your keyboard.
we got a new studio.
Yeah,
Not really,
hey-o.
but it's kind of our new studio, and we
Yeah,
hung up
dude.
a bunch of decorations.
We all put our touch to it.
a little
All right,
touch of our own
Give me
children.
a minute here. I gotta take care of this fucking cat.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, get out of here.
All right.
oh my God, Jake
And
just
Jake
kicked his
just
cat.
murdered his cat right in front of us.
What an animal!
He's going upstairs to get the guns. All right, and lockdown. All right. So
All right,
now we're in Jake's
and-
house alone, and his cat's dead.
It's a little awkward down here by
Um,
ourselves, but
He's offering us dinner
coming
now.
down. And
I'm
he's
not
naked.
sure what he's gonna cook,
And now
but
he's naked.
he said he's got some meat that just came in, so probably pretty fresh.
Shout out every plate. I love that. We have some
Every
fresh chicken
plate?
sausage, some fresh. I don't know. We've had so many good meals from that.
what is
Every
it?
plate. It's like Blue Apron or HelloFresh.
I've had HelloFresh. Every time Megan
It's the
gets
same thing.
HelloFresh, she'll order like just a weekend of meals, and some reason they keep charging her, and we just keep getting meals. So like every week there's
You
another
can't
box.
cancel?
I mean, dude, I guess she's the one who takes care
Well,
of
she's
it. so-
paying for
I
it.
know, but
That'd be
it
cool
is-
if they weren't charging her and she just kept getting
Yeah, I know, but I can't complain.
Those
They're
are your
good
food
meals.
stamps.
I'm like,
Like,
oh,
you're
glitch in the
shit, dude."
system.
Yeah, they are expensive though.
I know, but they're really good though.
They are really
They're
good.
really good.
Yeah.
And Taylor likes to cook. So.
Yeah. What's nice is they give you the recipe for everything, so
And
you
you
can
just
just keep
keep
the
it.
recipe. And you know what else? You could just find them online. You don't even
Right.
have to pay for it.
I wish we were sponsored so that we were getting paid for this, but this is
Yeah,
just
we're
a
gonna have
free
to go
plug.
back in and bleep that.
This is just
Yeah.
a free plug.
Free plug. Every plate.
free plug.
HelloFresh. If you want to throw us some cash.
Yeah, dude,
We'll-
for real.
yeah.
We really need money.
Yeah, I'll
I mean,
stuff it in my ass.
And then
Sausage.
Anthony will stuff it in his ass.
you heard it here, folks.
That's where I keep all of my money.
It's called a prison wallet.
Call it the bank.
How's y'all's weeks been? How's y'all's weeks been?
Busy.
Dude, why?
Busy.
Why so busy?
So many tattoos.
Really?
So many.
What's the busiest one that you had? The longest tattoo?
All right, so this girl came in and she it was like 2 hours before we even started tattooing. This girl had
She's just
no
talking
idea.
your ear up, like
Yep,
didn't know what she
showing
wanted.
pictures on her phone. she kind of knew what she wanted, but she didn't know how she wanted it. And I drew it up, and then it wasn't good. And I draw it up again. It was a nightmare. I did 3 tattoos on her.
It's nightmare. Actually,
It's like Ink Master when you get a bad canvas.
I would never go on that show.
No,
but I
no.
did this.
Oh, that little
Squirt
dude
from Finding Nemo, who
Yeah.
I kept wanting to call Spit.
Oh yeah, that's Spit.
So she got it on her back.
this
So I mean, what
Tigger-
else are you gonna do with it?
Tigger from
That's
Winnie the-
Calvin
Winnie
and
the Pooh.
Hobbs.
It's this is Tiger the Tiger,
Dude, I love Franklin and Bash.
and then this little fucking name.
My favorite one I saw that you posted.
Some
I don't know if you
script.
did it this week or not, but my favorite one was the reverse.
The reverse mermaid.
That one was dope. I
Gage,
was like,
did you see that one?
I did not see the Reverse Mermaid. That
was
sounds
that
funny.
is that like an idea already like very much done, or is that someone?
Yeah,
like,
it's been done.
Okay, I was gonna
Yeah,
say
it's
because I
Oh,
saw that and I was
yeah.
like, that's
Dude,
a
that's
really cool idea.
sexy.
right.
Actually. Yeah.
So it's
Look at those gills.
a mermaid is a woman on the top half
Yes.
and a fish on the bottom half. So this
Yes.
is obviously fish on the top, woman on the bottom.
Oh,
Those are some nice
man.
legs too.
That is.
That's some
I can't whistle.
primo
She got
legs
those
there.
thighs.
Ayo.
Baby.
So yeah, just real busy. Just a lot of tattoos.
That's
Me-
money though.
Me and Taylor went out on a
Money.
date for like the first time in like months last night.
Where'd you guys go?
Bar Louie in
Bar Louie.
Westlake.
Nice. Westlake. Why'd you go
Like
all the way
bar-
out there?
Because there's not they closed the one in Strongsville.
Really?
It's been
Like-
closed for like a year now.
Did you hit on some bitches while you were there?
Just my girlfriend.
Whoa! We don't hit women.
We were watching single guys at the bar try and pick up
That's
girls.
so
Oh,
funny.
that's probably.
I
Really
love
fun.
doing
The
that.
one dude, this woman just walked up to him. She was trashed, I'm sure. Me and Taylor just kind of like narrating what they were doing. She like touched his arm.
Oh,
and she's like,
dude,
"Oh,
it's-
she's interested."
Have you ever had that happen to you? Like if you're just
What?
at a bar or like a show or something like that, and a drunk girl
Yeah.
walks up to you, dude. It's
I've
the
worked
weirdest
at a
thing.
bar.
Last time I went to a show, this was maybe like a year and a half ago before that pandemic. We went to go see. I don't even know, some like 2005 pop punk band that Megan and our old roommate Sage liked. I can't remember the
Should I
name
start
of it.
throwing out names?
Dude, you could, and I could
Less
probably
than Jake.
not like
I'm just
that,
kidding.
but me and the other roommate I lived with at the time, his name was Drew. We were just sitting at the bar at the back of the House of Blues, so it's packed. Everyone was there.
Love that
And
place.
I'm just sitting there having a drink, sitting against the wall, talking to him. And then, like, at some point, we just like turned, was listening to music, just whatever. I mean, I was into it, but it's not my favorite band, whatever. And then out of nowhere, this trashed drunk bitch, she was probably like 30 something. She walks up to me, Andrew, and then she's like touching on my shoulder and shit. And she's
Oh.
like saying all this. I'm like
So
looking
rude.
at it. I'm like, I came here with my girlfriend and I'm not interested.
So
and
rude.
I just like, I was literally just turned my shoulder and I'm like, get the fuck away from me. And then she immediately just goes to my roommate, Drew.
On
And
to the
she
next.
she's all over him and he's saying the same thing. He's with his girl. And then eventually she just like walked off.
So
Fucking
long story
vampire.
short, me and Drew double teamer.
Anyway, we get home. We made
Dude,
the
but
Eiffel
she
Tower.
was trashed, and you can tell immediately when you see a girl like that. They're all like, "Oh," and like all on the other
Yeah.
person. It's gross.
Yeah.
Um.
It's probably what girls feel like all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
With,
true.
like, horny dudes
Men
just
are
trying to-
fucking disgusting.
Yeah, they are.
Well,
Agreed.
Not me, of course.
I'm a good guy.
would you get a
Yeah.
Bar Louie?
Huh? Oh, I got the hot honey.
The hot honey chicken sandwich. It's amazing.
Not spicy at all.
Not at all, but
Nope.
it's all right. It needs to be hotter.
Yeah, it needs to
Oh,
be
yeah.
way hotter.
Way hotter.
And then we got the chicken nachos.
Oh
for
yeah,
appetizer.
baby.
We polished those off, dude. Those are so good.
Polish me off, daddy.
And then I had two Guinnesses.
Nice. I'm not a big fan of Guinness.
Love it.
It's thick.
I could put 'em
It's
back.
like a milkshake.
It's really not that bad. I mean, it sits heavy in your stomach,
It does.
but they go down easy.
like
Nice.
empanadas.
But then when you get
I
the
would drink
bill
one.
and you see it's $7.25
For a
per
pint?
drink, yeah,
Jesus.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Barbie,
reality hitting you right in the face.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, that was my week.
Nice. How about you,
Yeah.
buddy?
Just working out, and I almost got into a fight at my job. That was pretty interesting.
I heard about this,
You
but
got into a fight, or you
I
almost got into a fight,
I
like a
almost-
physical altercation.
Yes.
I would love to hear more.
Yeah.
So,
What?
I've been working at this job. I mean, at this point, probably like 6 months. Literally, like a month after I started working, this guy, I sit at my desk, and he works at the station, maybe 6 feet away from me. And every time I go to look up from my desk, he's just eyeballing me, like staring directly at me. To the point where now it's gotten to the point where like I would see it, and I would look up, I would see him staring at me, and I would just start shaking my head because I'm just like, at this point, I'm like, why the fuck are you staring at me like this much, this long? And
Nobody likes being stared
Wants to
at.
ask you on a date or something.
that's what I was thinking. I got my hair dyed. I was probably looking pretty
Yeah,
sexy. I
right,
started
right.
working out. You know, I'm
boy.
doing good. All right. So I like one of the times he's obviously staring at me, and I just shake my head, and he walks by me, and he just goes, "You got something you want to fucking say?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, I do." I'm like, "Why the fuck are you staring at me? Why are you always staring at me?" And like he's a Latino fella. He has I would say he speaks decent English, not great. So in his kind of brokenish English, he just kind of says a few things to me like randomly. Like I didn't quite catch them all at the time because like I was like, oh, I'm about to fight a dude who's twice the size of me and also 2 times as heavy as me.
Let's go.
Great,
Ding, ding.
Great time to pick a fight. He says something like I'm like after I said, "Why are you fucking staring at me?" He goes, "I like girls."
So he doesn't want to ask you on a date.
So I guess he doesn't want to ask me on a date.
So you can
which I
rule
was a
that one
little.
out.
I think that what hurt kind of inside. I think I got a little like.
You were feeling yourself.
I was like, yeah. I mean, I thought maybe
been
you
working
liked me.
out.
Maybe I was
Yeah.
gonna have a boyfriend by the end of it. You know,
Oh.
I mean, it's whatever. I mean,
Right.
it didn't hurt that much.
What a fuck.
Okay, so anyway, he says that, and I'm like, all right, whatever. And then he says something like, "I don't like you," which I'm like, all right, dude, I feel the exact same way about you too. It's
Right.
like I don't give a fuck. I'm like, the question is, why the fuck are you staring at me? And then he says something like, "You want to fight?" And he kind of like puffs his chest out. He's like, you want to go outside? You want to fight? I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna fucking fight you over you staring at me. It's like,
Yeah,
what?
I don't understand this
I
at
don't
all. It's
understand.
like he's so confusing, but I'm not you, but like this guy, like what does he want?
I think he wants my dick. That's my only thought.
There's no other possible reason.
So he doesn't like me. I'm thinking this like schoolhouse playground things where he's
Right.
saying he doesn't like me,
But he really does.
but he really
Yeah.
wants. Like he
Well,
really wants.
Let's
me.
play HR. Let's get him on the show and we'll hash this out.
No,
Get him in here.
Come on.
I'm good.
Jerry,
good.
Jerry,
I don't
Jerry.
want to get jumped at my own podcast.
Dude, I have more guns in this house for each of us to have fucking 2.
See that box up on the ceiling? Get an AR-15 stash in there.
See that? It's a compact AR. Folds up.
14.5 seconds. That's how long it takes me to assemble.
5.56, 5.56, 5.56.
And exactly what?
Man, dude, I've had a hell of a week. I mean,
Hell of a week.
it's gotten better, surprisingly. But
Gage,
it
how has your
started
week
off.
been?
It's been great, actually. It's been really good. It's picking up. But
Good. At
no,
work or just all like
in
overall,
general.
or
Okay,
what?
so let's see. I started off after I left our last podcast last week.
Shout out. Sorry for asking podcast.
Oh, that's the name of the show. Well, anyways, I was making coffee at home.
This is the longest intro ever.
And I was making coffee at home, and we had the maintenance guy come over because our sink's broken. I think I talked about that before. And
He did.
It'd be weird if you were making coffee at Starbucks.
Well, that would be weird.
Walk behind the
Yeah.
counter.
Like, where else are you making
Utmost
coffee? You're like,
confidence.
yeah. I was at my department store making a
Yeah.
coffee in their
And-
things. Sorry, go ahead.
He was downstairs, and my roommate walked by, and like I didn't notice like when I was going to put the coffee back on the pot, whatever. I
Yeah.
just like dropped it, and it shattered all over the floor.
Did you really?
Yeah, everywhere. So there's
scared?
glass everywhere. No, I was just like, what the fuck, dude? There's a full pot of coffee everywhere, glass everywhere. This guy's trying to get in our house to like fix the sink, and there's just glass that splattered all the way down to him. So I'm just like, God damn it, dude. Like, this is a great day so far. And then clean that up. Kevin ended up buying a new coffee pot, thank God. Appreciate you.
Shout out, Kevin.
And after that, I was just panicking. I used whatever towel I found in the
Right.
closet. I ended up using one of their towels. It was a nice towel
Oh,
too. And like I put it downstairs after I cleaned up because I had to mop and everything, and I just left it down there, forgot about it.
oof.
And it was sitting down there for maybe like 2 days. And that's my bad. I
Dang.
forgot about it. But like I just didn't even think about it.
You owe him some towels.
I know. I told them I'd buy
Those
a
are the
new
good
one,
towels,
but I
too.
also
Brooklyn
did
is-
wash it and clean it, and it's fine. So it's still usable, but I would like to replace them with some nice Target towels.
Also, why do people buy towels that they don't want you to use? I
Yeah.
understand it's decoration, but I mean, come
It-
on.
and it's like that with everybody. If you go into a nice house and you go into their bathroom, you see a towel, you're
There's
like,
always
"Shit,
decorative
it's
towels.
always a
And guess
nice
what?
towel.
I always dry my hands on.
Oh,
them.
me
Same.
too.
I
Me
did.
too.
because don't.
That's what it's there
it's
for.
towel.
Right. What are you doing?
Yeah, what do you want me to wipe it on my clothes? No, I'm wearing those. This is on the wall. I'm gonna.
There's a nice cute little snowman on it during
Yeah,
Christmas
or a
time. But
little
guess
Shih
what? Your
Tzu.
boy's gonna dry his hands on it.
My
and
wee wee
they're
got a
clean.
little tinkle tinkle, and I gotta wipe it.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that was just the start of my week, and then the first thing I did when I got back to work is I was fucking around with this brass plate, and there was like a little thing, and I'm trying to cut off with like a a scraper, and I'm going so hard with it, and it just gives, and my finger hits the side of it, and I just got a huge gash along the side of my hand.
Wow.
Hurts pretty bad, but it's all right.
You do have
I'm
a
alive.
Band-Aid on.
I'm alive. And let's see what else.
What a week already.
Dude, I had a nice wine dinner though. We went to Michelangelo's in Broadview Heights. Do you know where that is?
right next to the
Right by
dark
my-
room.
Right by my mom's house.
Well,
That's
down the street.
Diagnesi's.
Down
yeah.
the street.
Michelangelo's.
They have
Oh,
a
yeah,
winery.
yeah.
They were building
Past
it. It's like kind of
Boston.
brand new.
Oh, that place is really nice.
It's really
I have been
nice.
there before.
Yeah, their food's really good and their wine's really nice.
Did you get those little flatbreads?
Yeah,
those
they're
are so good.
Dude, the mushroom one I had was delicious.
Yeah.
And they're, oh man, we had a good time. We went with Megan's friends, Sam and Brian, who worked at Chipotle with them. And we were celebrating Avery, who was another person that worked with Megan, and Carson, the first person. I met him for the first time. He's a really cool dude. Shout out Carson Avery. They're getting married.
Ayo.
Yeah.
Congrats.
And,
Congratulations.
yeah,
From here at the Sorry for Asking podcast,
Yeah.
we fully congratulate you on your
Congratulations,
union,
Carson
your
and
marriage.
Avery.
I hope that
they
works
invited us to their wedding. So I
Oh,
can't
my
wait.
goodness.
I love going to weddings. They're so fun.
I, on the other hand, hate going to
really,
weddings. Absolutely hate
dude.
it.
I love open bars and just fucking around.
Listen to this. Okay. So my birthday is coming up in July 17th. So if anyone wants to send me a gift.
Yeah.
And Taylor's brother and Taylor's brother's fiance
Marky.
are getting married on my birthday. And I'm in the wedding.
Wow. Way to make it your special day.
I said, if there is not a cake and if we're not singing to me, I'm going to be so angry.
It's like, all right, the bride and groom are going to do their first dance.
But
Now let's bring the big
this
happy birthday
birthday
to our
boy-
birthday
This is an
boy.
excuse for you to go up there hammered and just make it all about you.
I'm going to.
It's my birthday. Fuck your wedding.
I know. And I'm in the wedding.
Yeah.
Which,
Are-
and I hate dancing.
Are you one of the groomsmen?
Yeah.
I thought you were a bridesmaid.
That
I
makes a lot
was
of sense.
asked, but I said that might cause some confusion. The family's really
wearing a dress this
Catholic.
time.
You're right.
I'm
So
not going to wear a dress this time, okay?
yeah, it was a thing. But anyway, yeah. So, but yeah, and it's stupid because I hate dancing because for me, honestly,
Yeah.
I think guys dance for two reasons. One, the obvious,
Bushy.
to get some.
You just feel it in your legs.
Nope, that's
Oh.
never happened. But that leads into my second reason. It's you're gay. There's the only two reasons a man wants
Yeah.
to dance.
Is that the feeling
Yeah.
in my legs?
Hmm?
Gay.
Are you gay?
Well, I
do you
mean,
wanna
there's
dance?
a feeling in my legs at times when music comes on.
I think that dude at work might have had a.
I like to
Might have had
dance
a
in my
hint.
house alone, or
That's the
or
creepiest
to make a joke.
It's the
Right.
creepiest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Jake knows that.
Yeah,
about me.
that's
And
fine.
Anthony too. I dance a lot just to make a joke.
Making a joke is fine.
I don't dance seriously.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I just don't get it. I don't know what to do. I'm just moving my arms
Yeah.
and my body, and I
Yeah.
don't get it. And Taylor was like, "Well, if you do the slow dances, that's fine." I said, "Whatever," because slow dancing, you don't.
It's
do it.
easy.
You're just
1,
swaying.
2, 3, 4. 1,
You don't
2.
do anything.
Yeah.
Fine, I'll do those, but
Yeah,
I'm not going out there
easy.
when Michael Jackson turns on.
Circle gathers around you and Taylor, and you
I mean,
guys are
I guess
forced to dance.
if what's that one song by Earth, Wind, and Fire? September. If that song comes on,
You might have.
I
to
might have
move
to
a little
because
bit.
that song rips.
So
Or I
you
could
do
play
it-
some J-pop.
You got a little gay in you.
Huh?
So you do have a little
Well,
gay in
everyone has a
you.
little gay in
I
them.
mean, dude, it's 2021.
I drink oat milk.
Oh, actually, I was thinking about that. How do you know when other types of milk get expired?
Oh, like non-dairy milks?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know, I was thinking about that.
Because
Like,
it's just water, isn't it?
Well, it's water
Basically.
and like whatever.
It's like soaked in
almond or-
oat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so like, how do you know when that's expired?
I don't know. Maybe it'll.
Like, will it
I
get
think
chunky?
they-
Yeah,
I
like just
don't
like
know.
other
Get
milk.
chunky because that's like how cheese is made.
But
Yeah.
based on regulations, they have to put an expiration date.
Right.
On shit. Like,
Well, yeah, they have to put an expiration
Yeah.
date, but like, that's what I'm saying. How do you know when it's like? Because like, there's times
I
where it's
don't
like
know,
it'll
man.
be a day past the expiration date, but it's still good.
like, you could smell
Right,
milk,
right.
and
You could see
bad.
it's
You know when
chunky.
it's
Like,
bad.
I don't think I've ever smelled like bad oat milk.
No.
or, like,
Yeah, I've never had
I
it.
don't think
So,
oat milk's
yeah.
been out long enough to even go bad.
Yeah.
The shit just dropped like yesterday.
Yeah.
But little side story. I went to my mom's to drop off a drill that David let me borrow for something, and
Mhm.
and Taylor bought some oat milk, but she got low fat, which we don't like,
Yeah.
and then she got the regular one. So my mom likes skim milk and all that really bad,
That's
healthy
so
stuff.
disgusting.
So I was like, well, I'll give you the gallon because I'm not going to drink it.
Right.
So I went over there and I gave it to her, and I shit you not, she was like, she was like, "Where does oat milk come from?" And I was like, "Yeah."
This is an opportunity. As soon as I would hear his mom say this, I looked at Jake so quickly because I know he's gonna say something funny.
Smart ass. So I was like, "It's a certain breed of cow that they have only in Finland." And she was like, "Really?" And I was like, "Come on, mom."
Dude, I wish I was there for that because I'd be cracking up.
Yeah, she's gullible, man.
She really is. You know who else is gullible? Your fucking sister. Like we would fuck around with both of them.
Not
Probably-
anymore. She's wised up.
Yeah.
Me and Matt tormented her.
That's what college
the shit
does
you
for
guys would
women.
do was
Yeah.
so funny.
Yo,
Man.
yeah, real
That's what I'm
quick.
saying.
What was that one name you would call her?
Greta.
Greta.
Greto.
Dude, Matt's like a robot. He'll just keep repeating it. Greto.
That's a guy's name, though.
Yeah, then we got my grandpa to say it when we were in Myrtle Beach, and she cried.
That's a guy's name.
Greto.
Yeah, with
I've
an O-
never heard that name.
With an O, makes it a male name.
It just adds a little extra fling to it.
Well, it's like I think I've told you guys this. My brother Mark, the whitest kid in our family, his name, because he was born either like the day after or the day my grandma, my dad's side, died, and her name was Sylvia. So they wanted to name my brother Mark Silvio. Said that wrong.
Silvio. Yeah.
But he's like the whitest kid ever.
That would be a dope name, though, honestly.
It would be kind of
Silvio.
There's someone on The Sopranos named
Silvio Salvatore. That would be dope.
pretty dope.
Silvio Salvatore.
Damn, I actually like that a lot.
Silvio
That
Salvatore.
alliteration.
Yeah, that's a beautiful name.
Ooh, man. That'd be hot.
You should row one of
You
those
should literally just
long boats
legally
in
change your
Italy.
name and steal it from Anthony to Silvio.
You should.
And then dye your hair silver.
Oh my God.
Silver
Put
Silvio.
my middle name is Mark.
Just steal his name.
That's a little.
It's just a reverse name.
That's a little inside joke to my mom because she named Mark, my older brother Mark. His middle name is Anthony.
Oh,
Oh,
my
really?
God,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
They ran out of names for you.
They
They're
did.
like, Anthony.
They did.
Fine.
Well, I mean, they told me I was an accident.
That's
so
a
they
solid.
literally-
That's
they-
a solid name, though. That's
Dude,
a
I wish I
solid
was an
name.
Well, because I'm
accident.
named after my dad, my junior.
Oh, are you?
Yeah,
Yeah. Tony, man. We call him Tony.
Does anyone ever call you Tony? No, you don't like that.
my dad's Tony.
I only know you as Sal. It's been really hard trying to call you Anthony.
Yeah. I've never known your dad as Anthony. I've always heard him
I've never
been
known
called
your dad.
Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tony. Hey,
Tony.
Tony. He looks like a Tony, too.
All Tonys
Is it
usually
because he's got a
look like
Tony? Is that
Tonys.
Is that like an award?
why? No.
What are those?
No, because he has that little toe coming off of his knee.
Oh,
No,
that's
this is
disgusting.
a really
Perfect.
fucked up story. But shout out to the Salvatore family, you fucking cunts.
Ew.
My dad cut off his thumb at one point with a bone saw.
Wait a minute. Let me stop you right there. Your dad cut off his thumb. Are you exaggerating, or did he actually remove his thumb from his
He
hand?
legitimately removed.
How
his-
far down? You got to be shitting me. From the bottom knuckle off.
Like, I mean, I don't know exactly how much, but I mean,
Holy hell!
They attached a kielbasi to it.
It's
it's pretty weird because it's gotten really, really like starting
What?
to create some like fermentation.
yeah. You
and
want to
stuff.
talk about bad milk?
Yeah.
You should smell this guy's thumb.
Jesus. Anyway, so my dad cut his thumb off at one point, and they surgically removed his big toe
Yeah.
and put it on his thumb.
So now he literally has a toe.
Are you kidding me?
No,
For real?
100%.
That's what
I
they do.
I almost don't believe you.
All my life.
Can you please get a picture of your dad's toe thumb,
Does he have like a big
or is it thumb toe?
It actually grew back to the same size as
Oh,
his
okay.
other thumb.
That's pretty cool.
So he doesn't have a toe then?
No, yeah, he doesn't have a big toe.
What the?
You don't need it, man.
When did this happen?
I think it was either before I was born or like I was just about to
So
be
like
born.
early 90s, we'll say.
Late 80s, early 90s.
Right. So far enough technologically and scientifically speaking to know like why the fuck would you put a toe on someone's
Well, because
thumb?
the shout out Parma Medical Hospital, they lost his.
They were doing that in Parma?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's where he was that's where he was closest to when he did that. So he had to. I think my mom drove him to the hospital. They didn't put his thumb on ice fast enough, so they lost it.
God dang. That is so
Oh my
crazy.
God.
So like
It was
don't-
completely off.
yeah.
That's
Dude.
wild.
He cut it with a bone saw, so it's like
What was he
shit.
doing? Was he a butcher?
No, he's a
What other profession would you use a bone
Carpentry?
he's a plumber, so he just
saw? He's
Ah.
a plumber and he's Italian and he has a bone saw. I see how this is
I think he was
shaping up.
cutting PVC pipe.
I could see that. Ow, dude.
I don't entirely
crazy.
know exactly how he did it, but I know he did it. And so the reason why I brought up the dickhead Salvatore family is because behind his back, they would call him Tony.
Oh.
Wow.
Bunch of dickheads like
That's
that.
some like good old fashioned Italian.
That's some fuck shit.
Yeah, that's some fuck shit for sure.
So that's why I'm not a really big fan of my Italian side of my family. They're all a bunch of dicks. I don't know any of them. They don't know me.
Monkey.
They only use my sister because she cuts hair. So, I mean, good for them. They're a bunch of cunts. We sent them graduation gifts. They don't send anything to us. That's fine, though. No worries. Not a big deal.
It's Hatfields and McCoys over here.
Man.
Well, it's just like this shit talk. You're just going to talk shit to my dad. Like,
freaking Tony, man.
Wow. You learn
I told
something
that
new every
story.
day.
I've told that story a bunch in
Never
middle
told it
school
to
and
me.
shit.
That's a good middle school story for sure.
Yeah.
My dad has a toe for his thumb.
My dad's stronger than you. He's got a toe thumb.
My dad could kick you with a punch.
Tried to arm wrestle my dad, you lose.
Smell his stinky
Why
toe.
would you arm wrestle him? You would thumb wrestle him.
Ooh.
That would be called
Strongest thumb
toe
wrestler.
wrestling.
So would he'd have to face off against someone's foot with his fingers.
I don't know how that would work,
That'd
but
be-
yeah. It's
That
level
image
the
in my
playing
head
field.
does not. It's not playing well at all.
Do you think if someone was into feet, they could be into my dad's thumb?
Maybe just the thumb.
Well,
I think
yeah.
people who are into feet are into feet. You know what
Well,
I
yeah,
mean?
but toes
The
are part of your
whole-
feet.
I do
Right,
not
right.
understand that. How like people are into feet.
Well, so like they see a nice foot and then their wiener
but like
gets hard.
what?
Well, but, okay, so listen. So
Like-
like, I've tattooed a lot of feet. I've seen a lot of feet.
Yes.
Oh, keep
and
going.
there is a difference between like
A nice foot
a
and a
nice
gross
foot and a really gross foot.
See, I guess I'm just bad at seeing what's a nice foot and like what's a bad
You'll
foot.
know the difference when you see it.
Ah.
Some
See, I don't
people
really
have those
look at people's
long
feet.
toes that are like fingers, and they're all
Bullseye, that's my dad's got.
yeah.
So because of him removing his thumb, because they removed his big toe, so his big toe actually grew a couple of inches to mirror his thumb, and his the next big toe, like the next toe over, actually
Index toe.
grew a couple of inches also to kind of make up for the loss of the big
You'll
toe.
find it. Just keep searching.
My dad
got
got,
it. Words are
my
hard at
dad
times.
got his part of his toe shrunk.
Why?
They had to take part of his toe out,
Why?
bone, because he was having some bad
Toe pain.
in his foot.
Mm.
So
Which toe?
his big toe.
Oh, it's
So like on his one foot, it's like normal size, and the other one, it's like real.
See, that's
real
interesting. I wonder
short.
what exactly was causing the pain.
I don't remember.
Especially
This
if
was
his
a few years ago.
other toes the same size.
It was
Like,
just the one foot.
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
They had to like do surgery on his toe, and it like he shortened it. He has a little stumpy little toe.
The
Shout out
craziest-
Jerry.
The craziest thing, though,
Got
not
it.
even my dad cutting his thumb off, which is, I mean, it's insane. I think like
It's a crazy story.
15 years later, he fell off of like a crane, like an oversized crane, and he fell about, I think he said about, it's like 6 to 8 feet off, and he like was able to adjust in the air and actually land on both heels, and he broke both of his heels.
Your father is a real HR nightmare.
Well, this
They go, oh, Tony Salvatore's coming to work with. Oh shit.
I mean, it's like 15 years apart.
broke both
I mean,
his ankles.
I know, but
Yeah.
I just think it was crazy. So he doesn't have a big toe, but he has the balance to be able to land on his feet like a cat.
you know they do that with their tail. Have you ever seen a cat fall in slow motion? If you drop them from their back, they fall and their tail spins like counterclockwise,
yeah.
and it like gives them the balance to like
To spin.
readjust their
I see
body.
my sister's chinchilla used to do that all the time when we would throw him up in the air, and you would see him. You would see his tail
it
just
real?
spin. Yeah.
Man, why do we not have more stories coming out of you? Like what?
You're not
You just
asking.
dropped it like, yeah, my sister's chinchilla.
My sister had a chinchilla when I was a little
Okay,
kid.
first off, not everybody owns a goddamn
Right, that's not
chinchilla.
like a common
Well,
house pet.
We did. I mean, he didn't last long, but we had him.
When my band went to record at Capitol House Studio in Columbus, shout out Capitol House, shout out Nick Ingram.
Yeah.
He had a full size alligator in his garage.
Why? I remember hearing
His
about
name was
this.
Yoda.
That's ridiculous.
Full size alligator in his garage.
But like, why?
And then the city found out and they took him away.
Of course.
And then this dude posted a picture of him wearing alligator boots and was like, shout out Yoda, like gone too soon. I
Jesus.
thought it was so funny. He was super cool.
Yeah.
Soon to gone, Yoda.
Oh god.
Yeah.
How would you tell everyone how that chinchilla died?
Okay, well, it's actually still kind of a mystery, honestly. We
Oh my
don't
God.
we don't know. We never found a body, so we're not entirely sure.
Did you find a suicide note or something?
Well,
Any clue at all?
Nirvana was playing in the room when we walked in, so we weren't sure exactly. But
And we
okay.
did also see some shotgun shells.
Well, actually, he's
Little ones too.
He's actually he was a big component of the Second Amendment. So actually, it was AR-15 shells. He only needed
5.56.
one. 5.56. Sorry,
5.56, yeah.
sorry. And they won't be shells. I'm so stupid.
That's called brass, you idiot.
Yeah. Oh, dude, he works with brass, dude.
I want you to make me a tombstone thing or whatever they're called, the plate Gage, and I want it out of brass for my AK.
What do you want?
I just want it made from the shell casings.
Oh, I could make
I'll pop off a couple rounds before I die. You pick them up, melt them down.
Okay.
I want it made out of that.
Okay.
Can
I'll be
you
there.
put on my plate? Can you put Roll Tide on mine?
No.
Roll Tide, baby.
Roll Tide, Alabama football.
Roll Tide. Okay, so anyway, we go to the east side for I think it was either Christmas or Christmas Eve to go to my cousin's house in Shaker Heights. The chinchilla was living in my sister's room in his cage with the door closed. We come home. My sister's room is open because my dog at the time, Buddy, shout out Buddy, could open doors.
Okay.
It's like the handle doors, like that, like
He was a lab.
He
Big
was-
lab.
chocolate lab.
Choco lab.
So not the
Not the knob, but
not
the
the knob,
handle.
the actual handle.
Yeah, yeah.
He could push it open and pull it open either way. Wow. So
it was fun to watch.
he all the way up until his last days.
Did you
he could
train
do that.
him or did he just?
No, he
figure
just
it
did it
out?
on his own.
He's
Yeah,
just smart.
he just did it completely on his own.
Wow.
Yeah, we didn't train. We haven't trained any dog.
Well,
That's
we can
one
see
thing
where
we
this
forget
story's
about that.
going.
So anyway, so we come home and we see that the cage, so the door to my sister's room is open, and the door to the cage of the chinchilla is open.
Mm,
We never found the chinchilla though.
Did you find chinchilla hair in your dog's poo?
No,
Did you look?
we never. That's what I'm saying. When I said we didn't find remnants of the body, is we never found it. So
Wow.
either he got out of the house completely with Buddy's help, opening the door or something, or Buddy ate him, which is what we kind of assume.
Right.
Or there's a chinchilla thief out there still.
I like the first theory where maybe while you guys were gone, your chinchilla was kind of in cahoots with the dog.
But
And it was like, yo, you got to get me out of here.
Get
And
me
they're
the
like,
fuck
okay, we're going
outta
to plan
here.
it. He's like, I'll learn how to use these door handles. So we learned how to use the door handles. And then slowly
You ever see the movie Pets?
for real.
Pets?
did I tell you that the
Disney?
chinchilla
Yeah.
learned how to use a credit card? And we saw that there were 2 plane tickets to Cabo bought.
He was
but we
like,
never
"I'm outta
actually,
here."
We actually never found him. So it's
And
kind
who
of
was
odd.
the other ticket for? Maybe
The
a
other
lover?
one had Buddy on it, but he stayed. So,
He's like, you got to go on your own, man. Be free.
He's like, I can't.
so I think he took him to the airport
Right.
and got him to Cabo, but he didn't go with him because
Right.
he's like, I love my family here.
Chinchillas can fly, right?
Yeah,
No.
that's how the story came up. When we would throw him in the air,
No, wait. They can fly?
They can fly.
I thought those were only flying squirrels.
they can't
Chinchillas have
actually
wings.
fly.
Well, I know they don't fly, but,
But
I mean,
like
they,
what
they
you're saying
glide.
with the tail, like I would legitimately see him go and do like a helicopter
He would
rudder.
swing it so fast that he could fly in the air.
Exactly,
Like
you know,
Tails from
Tails, exactly.
Sonic.
You
Yeah.
ever see Sonic? That's
Yeah,
how
of
they.
course.
That's how
Tails.
Tails
He
was
had
based.
3.
Tails was based off of a chinchilla, but because they were bringing it to America, they're like, we can't have this Latin American animal be the mascot, so we're gonna
Right.
put a fox instead.
Right.
And white people understand what foxes are.
When you said chinchilla, I almost didn't even know what you were talking about as a white person. Yeah.
50 Cent.
It's
goes-
really hard for me to go to like any kind of like Mexican restaurant or Chinese place because I'm just like, what is this stuff? You have any cheeseburgers? You know?
I like steak and potatoes.
Yeah, that's a good hearty meal.
How about you whip me up some mashed potatoes and gravy?
Last night, we watched this movie called Soul.
Great movie.
You guys ever heard of it?
I've seen it.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
Eric
seen that?
Griffin's in it.
Yeah.
Is he really?
Oh my god.
Oh, you just mean okay. Well, because I was looking at the voice actors and I was like, there's a lot of good like actors in that.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, I didn't know it was him until
Yeah.
like I love Jamie Foxx.
too.
I love Jamie Foxx. He's
Shout
awesome.
out
Shout out
Jamie.
Jamie Foxx. Awesome. Love him. Anyway, it's a very good movie. Taylor wanted me to watch it. And I'm not going to lie, when I first saw the preview for it, I was like, oh, it's just going to be like one of those like jazz soul kind of things. But it was so much more than that.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea that they were going to go that deep. And then I was like, dang, dude, am I Am I living? Did I find
Yeah, I
my
know. It's a
spark?
story about like kind of following your passion and like just doing what you want, and then life and death. And I
was
thought
weird.
it was really deep for a Disney movie.
Honestly, though, the animation in that was
So good.
absolutely phenomenal. Like that one saxophone player lady,
Yeah.
while she had her back turned and the light was kind of dim, I honestly thought that was a real person.
Dude, the technology behind how they make those movies has always fascinated me. I was reading statistics about the Toy Story 3 and how long it took them to render that movie. One single frame took an entire day to render.
That's
a single
crazy.
frame. There's 24 frames in a single second. So think about that. How long that would have taken.
That movie is. Well,
They have a supercomputer fucking room just to render that movie.
so let's say that movie's what? An hour and 50 minutes?
An hour.
I'd say 2
like
hours.
86
I would just say,
minutes
like,
is
2
usually
hours.
the
86
runtime.
minutes. And you said there's 24 frames in a second.
In a
So would
second.
I multiply that by 24 or
24 frames in a second. So you would have to do 86 times, well, it's 60 minutes in an hour.
so 24 times 60 is
So yeah, you do
1440
86 times 60.
times 86.
Yep.
123,840 frames, right?
And then you would have to multiply that by 24.
Why?
Wait, unless you already did that.
Look, I did.
I'm not in this conversation. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no.
math.
Well, I just want to figure this out.
I know the numbers are crazy.
Right. Okay. So you said there's 24 frames in a second,
Yes.
right?
Would you
So
do that
there's
by
60 seconds
Yeah.
times 24 frames. So there's 1,440 frames in
A
a
minute.
minute.
So you would multiply that by
times 86 minutes.
yes,
123,840
hours
No frames.
frames.
of frames.
But if it took
Oh.
a day to do a frame, no way.
Dude, it was literally like that
Divided by
crazy.
365. Now I don't know what I'm doing.
I
so-
know.
Anyway, that's.
I also don't know
that's
what I'm talking
fascinating.
about. and I'm
Common Core
that-
is crazy, am I right? I don't know.
I love Disney movies, but animation's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, look at how many names are at the end of the credits. Like, there's
know.
so many people working on that. It's not
Was
just
that Disney
one
or was that
studio.
Pixar?
It's Pixar
It's
and Disney.
Okay, so if there's one other movie that I think from Pixar, I think it's Pixar,
Mhm.
that's just as good, if not better than Soul.
Visual.
Coco.
Yes, that's Disney
Dude,
and Pixar.
that movie was phenomenal. First of all, I cried at the end. I had
Yeah,
that single
That's
tear.
another movie about life and death
That
and
was
music.
beautiful. When he,
Yeah.
oh my god, that
Really
was
good.
such a good
Like
movie.
there's
music was
scenes
phenomenal.
where they pan out and they show the entire like city of like the dead, and it's like, holy dude, the artists involved in making that shit's
Crazy.
probably, I love it.
Crazy.
Megan knows how much I go bonkers when I watch.
Love
Disney
animated movies.
Me too.
I love the animation. It's very aesthetically pleasing for the eyes.
Yeah.
And then in Soul, when he was like jamming on the piano, when he was like in the zone, when
Yeah.
he went to that blue place, you know,
Mhm.
the music was. I was just like,
Dude, you
I
know-
see why kids like their brain activity is probably really.
Yeah.
It's probably really good for them.
If
to
you
watch that stuff.
appreciate that kind of stuff, go back and watch Pocahontas and like just look at the animation and think about how much time they put into making that movie.
considering
And, like,
when it came out too.
there's so much movement and like
Yeah.
the picture and the framing of like the backgrounds is so
The
beautiful,
like
dude.
when they do like the rainbow.
Yes, and
shit
like
in
the like she's talking
sky.
about like the wind and like the rivers, you see the leaves and shit, dude. I love analyzing those movies.
I do too, but I'm also like I don't want to be giving my money to Disney.
Yeah.
Because they're doing some messed up stuff.
Yeah, I know. It's because they're owned by Tricoms and it's fucked up.
Yeah. It's
They're
already
owned by Tricoms?
Tricoms, dude.
420, dude.
420.
Yeah, it's crazy with all the stuff going on with like China and Disney and like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's
Even
just
our own government. I mean, let's not
Right,
forget
yeah,
about
for
our
real.
own government.
Mhm.
well, absolutely not. I fully support our government. What are
Me
you
too.
talking
I
about,
voted
dude?
for
Well-
Biden, and I follow all of their good things, and I enjoy what they're doing, and I want to go to war with Iran also because they're bad people, and bad people don't deserve to have nuclear power.
Is
and-
your alter ego like Morty from Rick and Morty? You know what I mean? Like you get that like it's like this little child inside of you. It's this like insecure little alter ego. You're like, I don't really know. What are we talking about?
and that's our
Well, yeah.
covered.
I just wanted to bring up Soul. So
Yeah, I know. What was I
okay.
gonna say?
It's a
I
great
just don't
movie.
like how Disney has their hand in everything, like ESPN, basketball. Like they have their hands
in everything,
Everything.
in everything. Disney owns the
I
world,
can't,
dude.
yeah, I can't wait
Dude,
till they take over
government
Monsanto.
spying. The government, they just spy on everybody.
What do you mean?
The Chinese government, dude.
The Chinese government or our government?
I bet you our
Ours
government's
also.
spying on us, and I
Of
also
course.
bet the Chinese
I have a
government's spying on
VPN
us.
on my
Yeah.
wireless network here.
Where's your IP
Wow.
located?
Huh?
Where do you have it set to?
I have a few. There's one in Dallas. There's one in Washington D.C. and there's one in Chicago.
Nice. You should have
And
said
one in
that
New
on the
Jersey.
mic. Now you got to change them all.
Even if they were able to get
Yeah,
into
I know.
that network, I mean, there's no way they're gonna find my IP address. That is not a challenge. So please,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they already
Just
have
let
it.
it be,
That's
of
the thing. It's
course.
like, they already have
the
it.
first episode that we're gonna actually put out, I'm just
You have a
shouting
cell
out
phone,
my-
you are being listened
I
to
know,
by the
that's-
government.
I know.
It's like,
Yeah, and they can track you everywhere you go.
right,
Actually, not good. I don't like that.
and they just gave us phones and we just carry them around.
dude.
Whatever, dude. I don't do anything illegal. You know, if you want to track me, go ahead. You're just gonna find a weird.
yeah, it's just the idea that they're just selling the data to companies to sell ads to you. It's just like, that's
Yeah.
fucked.
But part of me is like, if I'm gonna see ads, it might as well be stuff that I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I don't want to see like, I don't know, like sports equipment on my.
No, definitely.
You know,
I agree with
lacrosse
that
equipment.
sentiment,
Right.
but then it gives him power to go deeper. It's essentially like the problem with it. Like it's not that like, oh, they're giving me targeted ads and that's such a big deal. It's like it's the fact that they have that power and they're not going to stop at that point. Like they're just going
There's
to
too
keep
much money
going
and
deeper.
information right
Did
now.
you watch that Social Dilemma?
Nope.
No,
Netflix
I've
thing. It
heard
was
enough
about
about it.
So basically, like when you have your notifications enabled on your phone,
Yeah.
if you're not touching your phone will go, oh wow, Jake hasn't picked up his phone in a while. Let's like
Send them
ping
a
a little
notification.
notification like, hey, check out this. You know what I mean? So I look
Yeah.
at it just because I have a notification. Next thing you know, I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'm on Instagram now. And then I'm buying something. So I turn all my notifications off except for certain stuff that I need for like work or
Yeah.
like texting or phone calls or something.
Anytime I set up an account through like Google or something like that, or I get a new phone, I make sure I don't share any of my like information, my third party information. I take all my notifications off. I take all my like account sharing shit off. I make sure I'm like off the grid. I try to be off the grid. I don't even
No
have
one's off the
social
grid.
media. I know it's
No one's off the
impossible
grid.
unless you're literally like
If you live in America,
no
you are
electronics
on the grid.
and you
Even
live in the
people that are like,
woods.
I'm in deep in Alaska, completely off the electrical grid and
You're
stuff like that.
documented.
You are on the grid.
Yeah.
They
My
know
brother
where
tries
you're
to do
at.
that. He like doesn't have a Facebook.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't like the government spying on me. And I'm like, dude, what do you have in your pocket? Oh, it's an iPhone 11. They know.
Yeah.
Okay. They know exactly where you're at.
Exactly.
They know what you're doing.
They know who you talk to last.
Right.
They know who you're going to talk to next. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, they have everything.
You're not hiding anything.
Exactly.
There's equipment that they have that we don't even like know about. That like it's so easy for them to just pick up. I mean, like the insurrection. What happened? If you had a cell phone and you were within like a mile of that building,
Yep.
they know who
They
you
knew
are.
you were there because
immediately.
your cell phone pings a signal to the
And
closest cell tower.
all your
and
information.
They know where you're at
Everything.
immediately.
Yeah, like so many idiots.
Right.
That just don't even.
Well, just don't do stupid stuff like that.
Yeah, I know. Like, how hard is it? Don't
I
be a
get it.
fucking dummy, man.
I get it. I get why they did it. Anyway, we're not going to get into that.
I know.
I don't support it.
Yeah. Let's
Anywho.
not.
The only thing I'll say about that is that I think the worst thing as a society that we've done is give the power of the internet to the corporations. That's the biggest thing that we've done. That is hands down the most regrettable decision I think I can see
Yep.
in the past 20 years. I mean, there's clearly a lot of things, but the only thing that we had to actually be able to fight against what they're doing to us was through the internet, because it was an unsanctioned kind of resource.
Uncharted waters.
Exactly. But we've given away that power to have it be more regulated and whatever, cheaper, whatever bullshit they spun to say like, we're going to make it better for you.
Yeah.
But in reality, it's just they're censoring it for us.
Mm-hmm. I always wonder about what new problems are going to come up with the technology that we create. I mean, the internet was such a huge thing, and no one is. Like we're starting to understand like what problems can come from it, but what happens to the things that we make in the future, and like what problems are going to come from that? Who knows? Like what crazy shit is going to happen?
You know what? As long as there are human beings, there's always going to be problems.
Yep.
There's always going to be racism. There's always going to be. We're self-interested beings. At the end of the day, we're going to give a fuck most about ourselves. Nobody else.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I mean, that could be a good thing and a bad thing. You just have to like not be a dick, I guess.
Yeah, well.
Well, I'm gonna take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Wow.
I've been practicing.
broke that out.
So speaking of Old Town Road, any bad habits you guys have that you'd like to get rid of?
It's singing randomly and dancing randomly and sucking dick.
That doesn't sound like a bad habit. Sounds like a good one.
It depends.
Yeah, is he teethy or not? I don't know.
I just want to
Ooh,
quit
yeah.
smoking. That's my worst bad habit. Smoke
Quit smoking.
cigs.
Well, I'll tell you, definitely don't use Oklahoma smokes
I
because
was
they
actually gonna
suck.
ask about that earlier. Did we ever talk about that?
I don't think we did.
Yeah, we did a couple episodes ago.
Well, yeah, a
okay.
couple episodes. Episodes.
I'm like, all right, so guys, video games.
God, just fucking kill me. A couple episodes ago, Jake brought up the fact that he bought CBD cigarettes.
Yep.
And they're not really tobacco. It's just
It's-
synthetic marijuana.
It's like
basically.
wacky
It's
tobacco.
not synthetic.
It's
just
real. There's just no
marijuana.
THC.
There's no THC.
0.3.
But for someone
No
who
trichomes.
doesn't like the taste of weed, who's someone who doesn't like the smell, it did nothing for me.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, here I am smoking it. Like now I'm like kind of wanting to feel something, and then you don't. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not.
You
That's
might
it.
as well just smoke
It's
weed.
horrible. They suck. I hate them. I hate 'em.
It's exactly what you think it is. And me and Anthony tried them the last episode.
Yeah.
Forgot we didn't even bring it up. I can't believe it. But they're terrible.
Yeah, they suck.
It literally just tastes like bad weed, and you feel nothing. You just
Not
want
that I know what that's like. Am I right, guys?
right.
I'm a Christian.
It's 2021.
Sorry, Mom. It just tasted bad, and
Yeah.
it didn't make me feel any better. And I just wanted to smoke a cigarette afterwards.
Yep.
And I also wanted to get high.
So I noticed you vape and you smoke cigarettes.
This is because I'm trying to wean myself off of the cigarettes, but I also don't have nicotine in this. So
So there's your first problem.
yeah, I know.
Right.
I mean, there's a little bit. Like I just dropped a little bit in today, so it's
Okay.
0% nicotine with like a couple drops of like a 24 milligram. I think
You should
I should just get 3.
just do
but
it.
like,
Just no. I'm saying like so. Okay, I quit smoking cigarettes like 2 years ago, 2.5
Wow, way
years
to
ago.
rub it in.
Just saying. But I mean, essentially, I replaced it with another habit.
yeah,
But now I don't smoke cigarettes.
yeah,
I guess eventually the goal is to wean myself off of this.
yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of like smoking.
Me too. That's
It's
why
just
I
fun.
keep buying cigarettes. I'm like,
Yeah.
especially when I use drinking as like a crutch too. I mean, like
Ooh,
I'm
that's-
not
yeah.
like an
If you're
alcoholic,
drinking-
but like
yeah.
anytime I have a beer, I'm like, dude, I love a cigarette right now.
Yep.
It's amazing. It's the
Yep.
best feeling in
Sometimes
the
I
world.
like to smoke a cigarette if I am drinking
Yeah.
or if I'm hanging out with friends
Oh,
and
it's-
it's summer and I'm
yeah,
like, fuck it,
social.
whatever.
Like I'm like a social
But then,
smoker.
I have
then-
one and I'm like, ugh, like it
Yeah.
sucks. You know what I mean? Which is good because it makes me not want to
See,
do
I
it.
had that feeling for a little bit, and then I just pushed through that. I'm like, oh, these are gross. I'm gonna keep doing it.
Right. Because you keep
Especially
doing
at
it and then they
first,
get
yeah.
really
And
good.
then they get really
Oh
delicious.
my
and then you're back
God.
to smoking a pack and a half a day.
Dude, man, smoking cigarettes is so good.
It
You know
really
what I mean?
is.
After a meal, after sex, while
I
you're
would love to
drinking.
get this podcast sponsored by a big tobacco company.
Right.
Sponsored by Marlboro.
Marlboro.
I'm more of a
Marlboro.
camel man myself.
I was a camel
menthol
guy.
lights,
I was a
dude.
camel.
You
Camel
guys are
menthols.
fucking gay.
I'm Armenian.
That's where the gay
But I mean,
comes
that's an
from.
argument to not smoke camels because camels are Turkish and Turkish
Yeah.
people.
Oh yeah, Turkish
Not-
royals
don't
do.
really
Oh
like-
yeah, other countries other than ours. So
Maybe.
yeah, I understand.
They do.
I have a
good
bad
tobacco.
habit.
What's your bad habit?
It's
Pooping.
no, that's a naturally occurring thing.
Everyone
I
poops.
can't help. Yeah, it's not a bad habit. I am very quick to judge. I'm very
Yeah.
opinionated, and so like for instance, someone walks into the shop, I do a quick ocular pat down, as Mac from Always Sunny would say,
Mm.
and I immediately judge them based off their look, what they sound like, and I go, yeah, I don't like this person,
Mm-hmm.
Everyone
then-
does that.
and
though.
I know,
No one ever, even people who are like, oh, I never judge people. I don't judge books by their cover.
Right.
Bullshit, you do.
You do.
But it's more of, do you allow yourself, even though you've painted that picture, do you allow
Yourself
like
to believe
talking to them and understanding there is a difference than what you
I'll
had
be-
already put into that, like your mind?
I'll be hesitant to talk to them if I don't think I'll like them. But then next thing you know, I'm tattooing them and we're having a conversation. I'm like, wow, this person's really cool. They're really nice. And here I was judging them, but I don't stop. I think it's like a primal
I think
defense
it's a
mechanism.
self-preservation thing.
Some people would say
And
like an insecurity thing, maybe potentially, like not feeling like all yourself, so you want to like judge the other people on.
Yeah,
it
I feel
kinda
like I
too.
have a good gauge, no pun intended, on reading people's like intentions right away.
Yeah.
Especially if I'm having just like a little conversation with them, I can kind of like read their personality and vibe. That's just me, and I try not to trust it all the way. Like I just paint the picture of who I think they are in my head, and I'll get a feeling like if I want to keep talking to this person or not. And I usually always trust it, and it usually always works out for me. I don't know why, but I just met Carson and Avery. Well, I've known Avery. I went camping with her and Megan a while back. But
Ugh,
Carson was
camping.
I know, it sucked, dude. That's another
Camping
story, dude.
blows.
I was literally boating these drunk bitches around for 6 hours in the heat. And
It's horrible.
Dude, I literally went camping
it was really fun.
with no tent.
What are you? I mean, are you guys out of your mind?
ridiculous.
You have any idea
My
what year
friend
it
Ian
is?
says like, no, don't worry, guys, don't grab a tent. I got it. Don't worry, I got it. We go there. It's a tent designed to go off the side of an awning of an RV.
That's ridiculous.
Never put it up. I hate you, Ian. If you ever hear this, God damn it, I hate you. We slept in a bug net. We went to
Wow.
Walmart. They had no tents.
No, yeah.
We literally slept in a bug net.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah.
If you're sleeping on the, what are you doing sleeping on the ground?
Yeah,
It's 2021.
Well, there was
okay?
a tarp. We had a tarp underneath it, but like it wasn't a tent.
That
was a
doesn't
bug
sound
net.
comfortable at all.
It was not. I also had
No.
like I had a Korean Air blanket that's literally like this thin and like doesn't even go from head to toe. Like it doesn't cover my full body.
Yeah.
That's my blanket I had the whole weekend.
horrible.
So
Literally the worst thing ever.
a few years ago, me, my mom, Matt, his friend, Julia, her friend, and Dave.
Dude, why didn't you invite one of your friends?
I actually don't know why. I didn't bring a friend. I can't remember. Anyway,
Who knows?
long story short, we went camping. I hate camping. Dave had an RV. Him, my mom, Dave's kids all stayed in the RV. Matt and his friends stayed in the car. I got so drunk that night because we're celebrating Matt's 21st. I got absolutely annihilated. And I ended up sleeping on the ground in a tent with no sleeping bag, a folded up towel for a pillow, and a bed sheet, which Matt came into the tent, took the bed sheet off my body while I was trying to sleep to go in the. And then I woke up at 6 a.m, like still hammered with a fucking hoodie that had Satan's face on it. And the back said 666 unholy. And I'm trying to like use a stick and poke the dead fire to try and get any embers to heat myself up. And this lady was like slow walking in the morning. You know, it was like 6 a.m. It was like a nice campground. And dude, the look she gave me, it was like such utter disappointment. And I'm just hammered. And I'm just trying to get any sort of comfort going.
Should
And
have
that
picked her up
look,
and threw her in there.
huh?
You should have picked her up and threw her in the fire.
I should have. I should have done something, but I was just too drunk.
The best part of my camping story is that we stayed at an RV park. We were the only people who didn't have an RV, and we were on a corner lot. So there were like 3 families, like not even a foot away from us. And on a Saturday night at like 11 p.m., we all just start arguing. Like all the people I'm with are all drinking, and they're all like getting smashed, and just started arguing, and like almost got into a fist fight with each other at like midnight.
I do not
while we're just
understand that.
screaming, and there's just this families just like right around us.
I'm sure they love
It
that.
was literally, I felt so bad for them, but I also didn't because I'm like, you are going RV camping, so I don't feel that bad.
Dude,
for
the best
you.
time to go when we went was the end of fall where it's like still nice out and everyone's going back to school. All the families have left the campgrounds and you just go deep in the woods. There's no one around you. And like you just get hammered and go on like the lazy river for like 6 hours. And I mean, the only thing that sucked is I had to push everyone around on this fucking boat. And I was pretty hammered too. And we were smoking, shout out weed. And it's such a good time. I should invite you guys next time we go this summer.
Don't invite me, please.
You
You can, but I'm not going to go.
Okay, cool.
No offense. I just
No, it's okay.
I'm gonna say
I
I'll
hate
probably tell
camping.
you I will go, and then probably won't.
It
Drop
only
out last
sucked
minute.
because I was the only guy with like 6 girls, and like I was like trying to be the entertainment while like
Right.
trying to keep myself entertained because like
Yeah.
I don't know.
You needed some bro sport.
Yeah, I needed a broski, and
Yeah,
I just
a
got
Brohamowitz.
I just got. They literally got so trashed as soon as we got on the water. These girls took the only water that we had, poured it out, and put liquor in them. And
I'm so glad I
just
didn't
drank it.
God, I'm so glad.
I
didn't
literally
go.
like saw him do it, and I was like, "You guys are ridiculous." And they just got hammered right away,
Ugh.
and like the water wasn't like high at all, so we were just going slow, getting stuck on rocks, and I'm like
Wow, that
getting
sounds
out
horrible.
every time to push it.
I'm so glad I didn't go. This
Yeah.
sounds awful. Like
You
so.
really want to
Yeah.
get us to go camping with you? Don't tell
Yeah,
the story.
don't tell us that
Well,
story.
you know,
You're not selling it.
it would
very
be a
good.
lot better if you guys were there. That's all I'm saying.
You know what? Here's the thing too: is I'm sure camping is really fun if you prepare and you bring nice stuff.
Yeah.
But I didn't, and now my opinion on camping is forever stained
As soon as you forget something,
because of my lack of planning.
yep.
It's also, I'm not a drinker, so like drinking isn't what I want. I'm not gonna go to a place to be like, oh yeah, let's go get drunk. That's just like not fun for me.
Well, the thing that's fun is you can get hammered and then just like you don't have anywhere to go. You're just like
get that,
safe
yeah.
and you're in
Right.
the woods.
So like when I think of camping, the only fun things of camping for me would be like mushrooms, like doing like hallucinogens.
I would do that. I would be down.
Yeah, like I think that would be fun. But yeah, just drinking at like in a camp, I'm just like that sounds fucking awful.
I also just like being lazy and doing that. Like my perfect idea of camping is going out into like a cabin and like having everything comfortable inside and then waking up in the morning, having like coffee and going fishing and
Do you know
just
what that's called? That's called glamping.
glamping.
I did
And
that.
I'm a glamper.
I mean,
So-
I like both.
Taylor's mom lives on a lake
You
in
told me
southern
about-
Ohio. It's called Atwood Lake, but
Shout out Atwood.
shout out Atwood Lake. Beautiful house. I mean, this house is like the whole backside of the house is all windows, overlooks the lake. She has a boat, but inside she has this beautiful kitchen, coffee, couches, flat screen TV, insulation, showers, bathrooms.
Jesus.
That's awesome.
That's nice.
I love that.
What's the name of the boat?
The boat, we haven't named it yet.
Oh my
You want
god.
to hear my mom and dad's name of their boat?
Absolutely.
It's Miss B Haven.
That was my fantasy football team's name
Yep.
a few years ago.
Mhm.
You remember
I
that.
remember making the logos for it.
Misbehaving.
Misbehaving.
That's the name of our boat.
So funny.
So
I gotta
dumb.
pee really bad,
That's a good one.
boys. I gotta pee really, really bad.
Well,
Just keep saying it into the mic.
We have
Yeah.
a
Fix it.
pee really bad. Jake doesn't have a bathroom because he's poor.
scratch the back of your calf. I heard that'll distract your brain,
Really?
make you not have to pee
Okay.
because your brain can only function.
So just keep scratching until you start bleeding, and then you'll totally forget
is it
about that you
working?
need to pee.
I think I'm just peeing now.
Oh, I don't want this water.
Yeah, finish that water so Gage can piss in it.
That's all good. I'll hold it.
So
I'm just
good.
kidding.
My prostate's already damaged enough.
Hey yo,
Heyo, shout out prostate. Well, I think the best way to end this is to talk about the thing that we have last on the board, and that's Scene 75. And if you don't know what Scene 75 is, it's a fabulous little place out in Brunswick, Ohio. Shout out
I
Brunswick.
think there's
Ohio.
other ones. but-
There's other ones,
Yeah.
but the one that me and Anthony are aware of, it's pretty famous for some things. And one story that I have is that me and our old school buddy from a long time ago, Zach May, shout out Zach May.
Love you, boy.
It was probably the first time I saw him in like a full year, something, long time. He invited me out to go to Scene 75, and we were just gonna fuck around. We wanted to have a couple drinks, just play in the arcade, have a really good time.
Yeah.
I had one drink. I was playing the one game that I'm really good at. It's the ball drop, where the thing's spinning in the middle, and you have to drop the ball from the top and get it in a circle.
Mhm.
I'm Asian. I'm good at it. I don't know why. I kept winning the jackpot. Every time I won the jackpot, Zach would smash his drink and go get another one. And after like 5 or 6 jackpots, not to brag, he was hammered. He was so
What
hammered.
was he drinking?
He was drinking like double Coke and whiskeys. Like
Oh my god!
Zach
And-
is a
yeah.
total
So
animal.
at this point, he's had 10 shots.
he
of
had so much
whiskey?
money. I didn't have any money, by the way. And he was like, I'm just gonna buy everything for you. And I'm like, dude, you don't have to. I just want to go out. Like, you buy me a drink or something. He pulled out $100 of just tokens. And
That's
he
what
did-
is that called? That's like a feeder.
Yeah.
What is that? Where like
He's an enabler.
no, but I'm talking about like what like skinny dudes will feed like girls.
I
And,
know
like, get
that's
them
called
really
feeder.
fat.
I don't really know
Yes.
what the other
Oh,
name of
like
it's
a
called.
sugar daddy or something like that.
I
No,
don't know what
that's
it's called.
good. Zach
but you know
was
what
my
I'm talking
sugar
about.
daddy.
But he's just enabling you.
He's
He's-
just- feeder, yeah.
But anyways,
He got pleasure out of
he was just watching me play this game,
Yeah.
getting hammered, and like he would bring me a drink every now and then. So like I was kind of buzzed. And eventually they cut him off because he was being so loud. Every time I won the jackpot, he would go, "My brother!" And
Oh
just
my
like
God.
going. And I wasn't even winning that many tickets because like it would just reset every time. I'm only winning
Wow.
like 100 tickets. And And by the end of this, the security guy walks over. He pulls Zach aside, and I'm just like, I got my hand over my face.
my
And I'm like,
God.
no.
Yeah, this is
So
bad.
he's like, Zach goes like, straight back, and he's just like trying to act all normal. And he's like, oh no, man, I'm fine. I'm just having a good time, whatever. And then he's like, yeah, I'm sorry, whatever. And then we just leave because they wouldn't serve him any more alcohol, and he wanted to keep drinking.
Yeah, he was trashed.
Next door is Winking Lizard, and I go next
You
door.
thought that would be a good idea.
Dude, I had one drink, or I didn't even have a drink. I was like, dude, I can't because I have to drive home. And he's like, oh, I'll get you an Uber. I'll get you an Uber. And he's just wanting me to stay there and get hammered.
He's trying to like take you home.
Yeah, I know. He wanted me to suck my dick. But
Wow.
I
Knew you
love
were
Zach,
good at
and
it.
he was making me laugh the whole night. I can't even complain because he's so funny. That was such a fun time at Scene 75, man.
When that wasn't that long ago.
That was like maybe 2 years
Was that-
ago.
you invited me, I think.
I think so. I don't know, man. I think I did because it's
did.
by your work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, let's see if Jake come out.
I said no.
I don't remember what you were doing.
I said no.
Who knows?
People invite
No
me to
idea.
stuff, and I don't know why they do.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't. I just want to leave work and go home. All the time. There's zero
hate
times I ever want to go out.
I'm like the opposite. I want to go out and do stuff, but I just never do.
You just don't.
I just don't.
The desire's there, but you just can't act on it.
Yeah, no. Because it's like most of the times when people invite me to go do stuff, they're like, yeah, dude, come to this bar. I'm like, that sounds not fun at all.
That's
Yeah.
what I love about Megan. She loves going out, and she always just tagging me along. And
Do you like going out?
I do. I love it, and I love meeting her friends because they don't know me, and
Right. That's a chance for you.
it's a chance for me to just be funny, and I love that. I
So-
love making people laugh and just being weird. And
I went out to this place called the Chocolate Bar in downtown Cleveland. It was really nice. It was very good, actually. But we went with Taylor's brother and his brother's fiance, Lexi.
yeah,
And we were meeting some of Marky's, one of his police
buddies.
and his girlfriend.
Hoorah!
So I show up to the place. Marky meets me outside. He goes, real quick, he just grabs me. He's like, I told my friend you're transgender. Just go with it.
Marky, that's so funny.
So I was like, immediately, I'm like, all right, let's do this.
Yes.
So we get in, we sit down, we're talking. He's like, this is my sister's boyfriend, Jake. I'm like, what's up? And then we're eating.
How fuck
starting
does that
whatever.
make Taylor?
I know.
She just rolled with it.
But I was just saying, like, her brother is telling that her sister is dating a trans
Yeah,
person.
so-
like, how
That's a
fucked
great
in the head is your
brother.
So-
sister?
That's a
But-
great brother.
But I immediately knew like I'm gonna roll with this.
Yes,
So then
play along.
So he's like, hey, didn't you want to ask him some questions? And he's like, dude, shut up. Like, and I was like, no, it's okay.
I get this
and,
a lot.
And he was just like asking, or like he was like, no, it's cool, or something like that. And then he said something else, and I'm like, that's actually kind of not cool. I don't appreciate that. And
fucking God.
and he was like, dude, Mark, shut the fuck up. Like I told you, like. And I'm like, yeah, this is kind of messed up. Like I'm really uncomfortable.
Oh my god, dude.
And then I couldn't hold it in any longer. I started laughing my ass
holy
off, and I'm like, I'm not trans. Like,
That guy still probably thinks that you're trans. Like, no matter how much you tried to upsell him that you're not, he
that-
left and went, that kid's definitely trans.
That is
possible.
good humor. And we're not trying to put down on any LGBT, but that is
Yeah.
just fun.
it was just
man.
it was just a joke. It was
That's
just to make him
funny.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's gonna offend someone.
Oh,
I
definitely.
don't care.
Dude, I wouldn't be surprised
Relax.
if something we said
Relax.
offended somebody.
Relax.
Everything you guys have said has offended me, so
We
I'm
live
not
in America
complaining.
in 2021. Life's not that bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I have to counter that. It is pretty bad.
Well, I mean,
anyway,
that's pretty much it.
well. This thanks for listening to the first ever episode of Sorry for Asking.
I hope you like it.
Follow us on Instagram at Sorry for Asking Podcast. Follow us on Twitter, Sorry for Asking Podcast, and subscribe to our YouTube channel where this is gonna
Brand
be.
new.
This is where it's gonna be on. So yeah, guys, thanks for listening.
Fuck yeah. See y'all later, bitch.
Shout out, Dad. Hope I wasn't disappointed.